TV's Colton Prale is standing by for us on Parliament Hill with more. Colton, we just had that breaking news today. Chrystia Freeland stepping down, all on the same day that she is set to deliver that fall economic report.
Yeah, and in a public letter, she comments on the fact that there has been tension between her office and the PMO for the last several weeks, and that on Friday he asked her to no longer be his finance minister, but that there would be another option in cabinet for Ms. Freeland. She says that's something that she can't take. She can't continue to work in that cabinet if she doesn't have the confidence of the Prime Minister, and she says that's something that clearly has been lost if she can't serve as his finance minister. And so the implication here of what we're seeing is really quite significant. It not only speaks to two very different ideologies in how to move forward, and we see reference to that throughout the letter, talking about Freeland saying she put strenuous efforts to manage spending, to give Canada flexibility in order to deal with the tariff threat posed by Donald Trump. She talks about keeping our fiscal powder dry, having reserves in case there is a tariff war, and the need to eschew what she calls political gimmicks. This is a very clear message that there has been opposing views on how best to deal with not only the tariff threat that Canada is facing, but also how to deal with our fiscal policy. And we've seen that in the lead up to this fall economic statement that Ms. Freeland will be delivering later on this afternoon. So much of the talk has been about the fact that this government has been unable to maintain the fiscal anchors that it sets for itself. And certainly in this new fall economic statement, we are expecting a certain amount of new spending. We've seen as of Friday that they're spending $26 billion over the next 6 years on business tax incentives.
So I was thinking the other day, I wanted to bring your attention onto something. Our Minister of Transport and Internal Trade, Chrystia Freeland, the former Minister of Finance. In 2024, do you remember what happened just before the fall economic statement? She tendered her resignation letter. Okay. In that letter, she made a few statements with regards to the fact that the budget was ballooned by extra $20 billion, and that there should be a consideration for the fact that the new administration of the United States may impose 25% blanket tariffs on Canadians or Canadian products. Okay. Fast forward to 2025. Now we have a new administration, new Liberal government. She's no longer the Minister of Finance. But what surprised me the most was that she felt that $20 billion was irresponsible, right? So now we're in 2025. And we have this spending bill that was recently put forward by our new administration, Prime Minister Marck Carney. The spending is $500 billion, $500 billion in spending with no budget in sight for. Okay. This is taxpayers' money. We're going to have to be paying for it in the future. Our children will be paying for it. Our grandchildren will be paying for it. And this is this is just the beginning. You know, if we're in so-called crisis, then I would imagine that the first thing we do is make a budget and see what we have on hand and what we're able to spend. But no, this administration just wants to print money. Spend. $500 billion. And all I hear is complete silence from Chrystia Freeland. Canadians expect more. We expect more than what we're getting right now.
My name is Fred. This is the Max Review. See you next time.